Thank you, Molly, for that introduction. Good morning, everyone. It is my pleasure and honor to be with you here today. I'm joining you today from the Colored Musicans Club here in the city of Buffalo. Founded in 1917 after African American musicians were denied entry into a whites-only federation, this club hosted the Duke, the Count, and Ella regularly, and it's the only club left of its kind in the United States. Buffalo has a storied history in the fight for civil rights and was often the last stop on the Underground Railroad as those enslaved escaped to Canada in the 1800s. Along the corridor where I am today is also an Underground Railroad station and homes of the Buffalo Urban League and the NAACP. This historic venue is currently undergoing a significant expansion, a meaningful investment in our African American heritage corridor that has long been underinvested in. To me, this museum and this corridor represent many things. A reminder of our past, the realities of our present, and a sign of hope for our future. If the board of directors moves to confirm my nomination to serve as chairman next year, it will be one of the greatest privileges in my career as an economic developer to take on this role. I will be following in the footsteps of peers I respect a great deal, including our current chair, Kenny McDonald, and our immediate past chair, Tracy McDaniel. 2021 will be a transformative year, perhaps unlike any other that we have seen before. National elections in a few weeks will shape policy in Washington for decades to come. Our public health crisis continues, reshaping how we live and do business. Our economic crisis has further revealed how deeply inequitable our economy remains, from Pennsylvania Avenue to Main Street, USA. The nation is reckoning with decades of systematic and institutionalized racism. The impacts of climate change will continue to be felt around the world and increasingly drive a new agenda. During my year serving as chairman of the board, I will use my position to encourage the board of directors and the IEDC to address the shift taking place in our society. The shift is already impacting how we do business and is driven by generational changes between the workforce of today and tomorrow and the workforce of yesterday. Successful communities, businesses, and economic developers must speak to the issues that motivate this generation's talent, such as inclusivity, equity, quality of life, and seriously addressing social ills like systematic racism and climate change. It boils down to a very simple idea, that economic development is about people, and that we succeed as a profession when everyone in our community has access to a brighter future. Perhaps the greatest challenge will be to chart a path forward that meets the needs of the people we serve and the businesses we support. It is a challenge worth taking, though, and one we would avoid at our own peril. Business as usual may not be possible anymore, and new ideas, strategies, and partners in our work will be necessary. The world is changing, and as economic developers, we must play a leading role in convening stakeholders, facilitating debate and discussion, and leading the way to a better tomorrow, or we will be left behind. I've used much of my extra time at home during the pandemic to go through my music collection. As the great Jimi Hendrix once said, in order to change the world, you have to get your head together first. The next few years will be among the most consequential in the history of our profession. It has never been more important for all of us, every practitioner and stakeholder, to be a member of IEDC. IEDC provides essential member services, professional development, research, advocacy, peer connections, and thought leadership that is unmatched by any other organization. It is the voice of economic development, and it cannot exist or succeed without our support. I know times are tough for many of us. We're all feeling the pinch, or worse. IEDC has been in this fight with us from the beginning, and none of that would have been possible without your support. Let's all commit to stick together through IEDC and encourage everyone we know to join us. We're stronger united. In closing, I would like to acknowledge Jeff Finkel and the IEDC staff for their tireless efforts to support all of us. Thank you, Jeff, and the IEDC team for all you do for us. I'm excited and optimistic about the future, and that is because of the faith I have in all of you, my friends and colleagues. Thank you for being here, for being part of IEDC, and for everything you're doing in your community.